Hello, hello, hello. I am Wendy, and welcome to Making Stuff Up. Making Stuff Up is a place for you to come where we intersect creativity and mindset for you to create a delicious life. And today we will be crafting with my guest, Pam Brooks-Crump. Pam and I have been friends for many years now. We met through a coaching program that was fabulous. She was the best friend I ever got for $10,000. And she works with the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network as a trauma-informed care project manager. This woman I so admire. She has 24 years in recovery. She is a mental health advocate. She works with people in trauma and she does it in such a fun way. I'm so pleased to introduce her to all of you today. And we're going to color some mason and ball jars today. So we're going to take them to clear to something colorful and beautiful. And we're going to talk about making stuff up along the way and how our mindset we have a choice and we can get creative with how we use our mindset so we are living a life that is by design. And here she is. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Lynn. How you doing?
I'm good, babe. How are you?
I am excited to be here today with you.
I know, me too. We've been talking about this for a minute, so I'm super excited to have you here. Welcome. And everybody's going to love you and this activity and this conversation. So, as I do with guests, everybody receives their MSU when we get started. And remember, an MSU, now you all have an MSU. I'm going to give Pam hers, but now you all have one. And you can even put it behind your name if you want, like new initials. Everybody likes a few initials behind their name, right? An MSU is where you make stuff up, right? And it's all made up. Everything is made up. So why not make up the good stuff? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So Pam, here, my friend, since we're making ball jars today, is your MSU. Here you go.
Oh, thank you, Wynn. Oh my goodness, I got it. I appreciate it. Here it is.
So now you get to use your MSU as well. So we were talking about that this morning. When you hear MSU and when you hear this concept of making stuff up, what pops into your mind?
Making stuff up. We are through right here. We are making up our life. So what would I rather do? Would I rather have thoughts that make me feel empowered and happy and thriving, or thoughts that make me feel not that? I would rather feel not that. I would rather feel supported, loved, amazing, beautiful, smart, gorgeous, and those rather than the things that sometimes come up. And so if I'm going to make it up, let me start my day every day with gratitude and beauty, and thank you for this day. Thank you for this bed being so comfortable. Thank you for the food. Thank you for the amazing colors in my neighborhood that are blooming right now. Every color in the rainbow. It is as easy, maybe as simple, maybe not easy, but as simple as making a choice. Making that choice, Wendy.
Yes. So I love that. Well, first, I love the whole piece that you start your day off, right? You get to program yourself the minute that you wake up. And I love how you use gratitude for that. So much to be grateful for. And then this whole concept of being a conscious creator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it is. And the thing is too, that I want to say is I don't, in every single minute, I'm not skipping through the day going, oh yes, yay. So I have to catch myself. So if there's a thought that is not not in alignment with what I'm wanting with my world, then I can say, okay, I'm going to catch it. You know, and we call it the CCC: catch it, check it, and change it. So I don't beat myself up that I had a thought that's not in alignment with all that we're talking about here, a beautiful creation. So I say, okay, that thought came up because, say my husband says something to me and I want to get back in his face, and it's like, wait a minute, no, okay, let me catch this and say, okay, how can I change this thought and put it into something that is in alignment with being free, being joyous, being happy, being thriving in life. And it's as easy and as difficult as that, so it's about pausing for a second when those thoughts come up, or when I'm feeling discomfort, pausing for a minute, not reacting, pausing and saying, what do I want to choose? What do I want to choose?
Nice.
And I want to say we're human. We're not going to always get it right, but we get eternity to keep on practicing and to making that choice, and restarting my day. So, yeah.
Exactly. What were the 3 C's again? Say those. What CCC?
Catch it, check it, and change it. So you catch the thought, like, so I might say,
no, I understand. Okay. I understand.
You got it.
You to repeat what it was. Yes.
Yeah,
So
got it.
It's a beautiful way. It ties in with the MSU so beautifully, because when you do catch it, right, you have the opportunity to make something up different, right? That's when you're checking it, when you're realizing, okay, this doesn't feel good, and I'm going to change it now or not, right? So you have the choice, but that's it. Remembering you have the choice. So
exactly.
Good stuff. Well, so we're going to throw in a little activity as we have this conversation, Pam. We've been kind of playing with it already, but we decided that we were going to make some colored ball jars. This is the creativity part, right? Where we get to be creative, because during creative activities, it's easy to make stuff up. It's real easy to make stuff up. So, if you're going to make this with us, and I'll plop the link in the description about where you can get the actual directions to make this. It's on the Mod Podge site, and because we'll be using some Mod Podge today. But all you need, what we're using today is a ball jar, the Mod Podge, and I end up using food coloring. Pam, what'd you end up using?
Food coloring. I got some food coloring that I already I put just a teeny bit in. You don't need much. We kind of picked the same color, didn't we?
I kind of went with a green. I went with a bit of a
green.
Yeah.
Okay, mine's like a Tiffany blue.
So it's just as simple. This is where we were talking earlier about it's simple. This project is about as simple as it gets. Wouldn't you say? You put in, I took the Mod Podge and I put it in a bowl, and then I put, like, they say start with 2 drops of food coloring, but I put in about 7 or 8. There it was. I was like, I want rich color. And then you pour it in the jar and then swirl it around and coat it. Yeah. So that's what we're doing right now, swirling and coating. Now, here's the thing about something so simple. Is, Pam, have you ever taken something so simple and then made it really difficult?
Me, never.
Me neither. I don't know if any of y'all have done that, but we could make it really challenging, right? To do.
Right, exactly.
Some paper towels. I'm going to get some of those. But isn't it funny how we do that in human nature? How, we could make things harder than it needs to be. That's all part of using our MSU, but in a negative way. Like, whether you all know it or not, you've been using the MSU. You've been either making stuff up that support you in feeling good, or you've been making stuff up that support you in feeling less than good. So you're
Exactly.
already using it one way or the other. But it's really
Yeah,
fascinating how we make things a little harder than it needs to be. How do
right.
you do that, Pam?
Well, and it's like analysis paralysis. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Like, oh well, what about this? Oh, but what about this? What about this? What this? And it is. This is what. This is how I stay away from that the best I can. Is I stay in my body. I stay in my body, and what that means to me is that I'm not out here and overextending and overthinking. So stay in my body. And
Mm.
so if I hear my body is starting to stress, then what I do is I say, okay, now I don't do this perfectly, everybody,
Right.
but when I hear it, I say in my body, I'm feeling stress. I'm feeling like I'm getting tightness in my body. Then I um, take some deep breaths, and I say, what are you trying to do here? And really, I just take even a few minutes. Like I put my phone on and have alarms so that during the day I'm taking a few minutes to meditate. I mean,
Oh,
even
that's
a
great.
minute to 2 minutes to just and get up from the Zoom meetings and every hour and do some movement, see how I'm feeling. And if I'm starting to feel stressed, then I take the deep breaths, and then it's like, what is the guidance? The guidance, and a lot of the times the guidance is just you're in your head overthinking this. Let's just drop down to your heart and see how it feels. Drop down to your heart. And it might be, wow, I'm feeling a little bit afraid. I'm feeling a bit, or I might, like I got last week, wow, you are a little overwhelmed. You've got to say no. You got to start saying no to some. You got too many things on your plate, Pam. That was because I stopped and I took a few deep breaths, and I said, okay, what is it here? I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough time to do everything. Okay, so start saying no. So be aware. So I said this out loud to my husband. I want to say it out loud because my husband and I are working from home. So that's the only person I see right now, close, face to face. And I said, I want to say this out loud so that it is my guidance, so that I don't complicate crap, right? So I don't complicate my life. It is simple. Before you say yes to somebody, you need to consider, let me get back with you on that, that kind of thing. And
Totally.
so, yeah, so it can be simple if we go back into our guidance, my guidance, if I can go back.
Yes, yes. We are our best guidance, right? So it is
We
simple.
know the answers for us,
Absolutely. We are the only ones that have the answers for us. So, uh,
exactly.
but it is that place of remembering, and it's reminding me of the theme I choose each year for myself. And this year, my theme is listen, breathe, love. It's
Hmm.
exactly that, because I needed a system. I don't know about you, but I like to have a system or a structure that helps me to remember to do exactly what you're talking about, because I
Yeah.
love the flow. Even though I didn't enjoy being in the pandemic last year, I enjoyed the flow. I enjoyed less on my plate, not being frantic and running around. So my commitment for this year was keeping that. And that's the
Yeah.
structure I have: listen, breathe, love. And I actually have these 3 bracelets on my arm: listen, breathe, love, that remind me of that every day, so that when an opportunity or decision comes my way, I naturally want to say yes, right? And it's not always the best thing to do. So, and then the other thing to add on to what you were saying, Pam, is sometimes the analysis paralysis gets in the way, but the other thing that gets in the way is worrying about disappointing other people. I know that comes up for me, that I don't want to
Right.
disappoint others. And then I had to realize that, well, guess what, Wendy? They are going to be disappointed when you tell them no. And that's okay because you're being
Exactly.
honest. And if you speak from it from the truth, it's okay that they be disappointed. They'll move through it, but when you're
Right.
honest and from your heart, people get it. And you actually, what I have found for myself is that I have been acknowledged for setting good boundaries, that my friends have said, wow, I'm really impressed the way you just said no and didn't just say yes, so
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
to lead by example as well.
And also, Wendy, if we say yes and we don't check in with our guidance, and then what we bring, or what I bring, is resentment. And
Yeah.
it's either resentment on you
Yeah.
because I said yes and I meant no, or it's resentment, I turned it back on me.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you say no, you idiot, which is then we can go to the chat, catch it, check it, change it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it is, it's either going to go out on you or in on me.
Yes.
And I don't want either.
Yes.
When I can very simply, not easy, just take the moment to say, is this a yes, or is this a no?
Yes.
And I love, it's like how when you role model that, people, like you said, your friends are like, hey, that's pretty cool, and it is. And then it shows people that you can live your life and be a light without overextending. Right? It's
Yeah.
like that. It's like the lighthouse doesn't go reaching out to find the boats. It just is there. Didn't you tell me?
Yeah, that's a process
Are
I
you the one
use.
that told me that?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know,
a
but
process. Yeah. Oh, we're kind of breaking up.
yeah. So
Look at your
that
jar,
is.
Pam.
I know. Look at my jar.
Here's mine
Very.
too. It's very cool. I
It
can't
is very cool.
see. So what we've done is once we've coated it, you go ahead and just I have it on a stack of paper towels. You could put it on a paper plate. You could put it, I wish I had thought to bring a regular towel over here and to just now you let it dry. And there are different ways that you can add on to it. Now I'm going to use the jar as is. Once it's dry, I'm going to use it as a vase or a vase. Vase.
Okay.
For flowers. Now you are going to expand on yours, aren't you, Pam?
I am going to. This was some of the ideas in the link. So I bought some chalkboard stickers. So what I'm going to do, I don't need it to dry right now. I mean, that's fine. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on the top. And I have my little chalk here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sticky this onto the top of here. And then what I can do is I can put things and I can change it. If I decide, oh, I don't like what I've got in there anymore, I can change it and use my little chalk. See?
Oh, that is so cool. I love that.
I know. And they had that idea there. And so I'm going to take my little chalk here and I'm going to do this. This is for you, Wynn. Do you see it?
Yes, thank you, Pam.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love
you, Win.
Love you too, babe.
Yeah, so, and then you can take just water and wash that off just like you would chalkboard. And I also have some stencils here. I'm going to stencil the outside with my initials just because I want to. So here's my P for Pam.
That's awesome. I love
that. Yeah.
Love
so
it.
I've got a PVC and I'm going to put that on. I know.
Well, when
I'm going to put glitter. What's that?
When you finish them, you have to send me a picture so I could post it here for sure.
I will. I definitely will.
And this is reminding me, for those of you that have watched the episode where Runa Magnus and I made happiness boxes and happiness jars, this could also be a vessel that you drop things in there that make you happy. right? Either experiences or things that you save. So there are many uses for it. You get to make it up how you want to use it, which is the really fun part. So
MSU,
MSU,
MSU.
MSU, we're making stuff up here. Hey, if y'all are enjoying this episode and you've not subscribed already, please do so. Would love to have you join us regularly. Episodes drop weekly, variety of different guests, but all talking about this concept of making stuff up. And ring the little bell so you know when we come up. And of course, share with your friends. It's way more fun when you share, right, Tammy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as we wrap up here, Pam, what would be parting words? Actually, not parting words. Let me put it this way. It is going to be parting words, but you'll have more parting words. What are you going to do with your MSU? I just gave it to you. What are you going to do with yours?
My literal MSU, this literally, or just the making the
concept.
spiritual.
And now you have an ability, you're very clear about your making stuff up. What are you going to make up today?
I am going to make up a day today that I live on purpose. I am living on purpose today. My sweet colleague Denise sent me that this morning, and I was like, what a great message. Live on purpose today and share a little more sunshine. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking so much about this. I want to tell you, Einstein said that imagination, Einstein, smartest person in the world, right? That he still carries that, I guess. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. He said it was because of he was imagining on the train when he was traveling. I don't know where he would go in daily, where maybe to his work, back to home. And he said that it was because of he was imagining that the theory of relativity came to him. Imagination is more important than knowledge. And I mean, I so agree with that, because it is through imagining, making stuff up, that we create a wonderful life. And as you say, the juicy, delicious, joyful life.
Yeah.
And you know, and I want to say that we are human and we're not, and I know I said that before, and I want to just end with that too. We are not going to always be joyful. That is not a part of the human experience. But what I have realized is that I accept my feelings, but I don't have to suffer. It's different to allow emotions, allow them to come without suffering. You know, so if I, you know, when I was talking about, if I take my guidance, take my time, I really feel sad. Okay, well, I need to get tears out. Let them flow. Let them flow. And then they cleanse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that which I was fighting, you know, like trying to push down, has now cleared the way for me to have incredible guidance.
It reminds me of when luckily Pam lives around the corner from me, and so we get to meet for walks. And we could be walking and talking and sharing and crying one second, and then in the next second laughing and visioning. It's seamless as you start to allow it. It's just it's just part of the flow, which is a whole nother conversation, my friend. So we'll have to do another one to get into the flow of emotion for sure. So yes. Pam, let people know how they can connect with you if they want to learn more about your perspective and how you use your MSU.
Yes, so I work for Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network, GMHCN.org, first initial of Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network. We have 3 meetings a day.
Where can they reach you, Pam? Where can they reach you, sweetie? Just give them a contact.
Okay, Pam at gmhcn.org.
Perfect.
And I mean, I am here, email me, we can connect, and I'll connect you up with the meetings if that's what you want, whatever, we can talk. We have, go and
Perfect,
check out
Pam.
Georgia
Thank
Mental
you.
Health.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah.
Lots of resources there, and I've used the resources there. So I know she can go on and on about the fabulousness that she has, and it's there. So if our conversation resonates, please reach out and check out the page on the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network. I've used their peer counseling services, and they have so much to offer. So it's a very underrepresented resource. Not underrepresented, Pam, don't take that wrong. People don't know about it. Yeah,
I
people
know.
don't know about
I'm
it.
so glad we're talking about it.
Yeah, so go check it out. And thank you, Pam, for being with me today. And I'll look
You're
forward
welcome.
to seeing your pieces. And thank you all for joining us on Making Stuff Up. And I'm Wendy Watkins, your joy strategist, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.